Hi everyone, it's Matt from Fitness Matters, and I'm sat with the one, the only, the local legend, Adam from AP Therapy.
Hi, alright.
And we want to talk to you today about body fat, okay, and how you can actually lose inches without going to a gym. Sounds perfect, doesn't it? So what we wanted to look at is the first question I want to ask you is, where do you hold your body fat? Adam, from what you've seen, typically, where are the places that people hold body fat?
Especially anybody who comes through my door, we have a couple of areas, especially these front-loading people, making it look like you've got a bit of a beer belly.
Yeah.
If you like, can be either one or two things. It could either be that you're storing fat there, or you could have a spinal condition known as lordosis, which obviously gives you that sort of view of that you've got more at the front than what you actually have.
Yeah, kind of like a beer belly.
Yeah.
Something like that would be probably a good... what about other places as well then?
Other people call them like muffin tops, so you get around potentially like love handle sort of area, top of your hips. Slightly harder to get rid of, as in fat wise. Mm-hmm. However, if you are in a position where you get quite a lot of fat at the front, can be easily removed with exercise, right exercise regime and diet. However, also there's some easy wins that you can have by some simple exercises as well, which
we want to show you today. So we're going to demonstrate some exercises. So you can try them at home as well, and it's looking at your transverse, what's called your transverse abdominals. Okay, so it's the muscles that are underneath. So although you're thinking, you know what, I'm carrying body fat, I haven't got any abs. Okay, your abdominals are under there, can guarantee that, and actually your core strength is not only important for everyday life, but it's also important for performing exercises, but also in this case, let's just make that tummy a little bit flatter. Okay, so
one thing on that, the thing that people that appear to have is visceral fat. It's the things that lay at the front of the actual abdominals. So this is actually going to work underneath. So it's actually going to tuck you up, like a little bit of a nip and tuck, if you like. It's going to bring you back in a little bit more, and obviously help you get into those jeans, skirt, different things like that. And then obviously with the diet as well, you're going to lose more.
Absolutely. So every little helps, doesn't it? So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up. We're going to take the camera and show you a few exercises. Okay, so exercise number 1, over to you, Adam.
Right, and so the first thing that we're going to do, we can use a normal chair. If you've got a gym ball, we'll show you that one in a second. So all this exercise that we're going to be looking at is really engaging this underneath and getting a little bit of movement in there as well. So we'll start off with our chair. So if I just borrow you for a second, Matt.
Yep.
So really, really nice and easy. You can either do this two ways. You can either brace your stomach, so just squeezing up, or you can suck your belly button into your spine. So whichever that you feel comfortable with at the moment. So which one are you going to choose to do?
The brace.
So you're going to brace.
Yeah.
Right, and so as you just sit on the edge of the chair for me, just move slightly forward.
Yeah.
So you're going to brace, keeping your feet flat to the floor, and then keep looking forward. You're going to lift your foot 1 inch off the floor, keeping that core engaged. From there, and then put that one foot down, and then same on the other side. Great stuff. How's that feeling?
I can feel it tightening.
Right, and so the main aim's making sure we're getting this part here, this little pouch in there. If you're lucky enough and you go to the gym and you've got a ball, we can use my little one here. So if I just jump you off there, Matt.
Yep.
So this one makes it slightly harder. Getting a little bit more balance in there as well. So if you just take a seat on there, a little bit small for Matt, but we'll go with it. Right, and so same again then. So he's going to brace his core, and he's going to lift one leg 1 inch off the floor. So he's going to put his legs further forward, so he gets a little bit more weight. Can already see he's wobbling around already. So just making sure that he's engaging there, and same on the other side.
That's hard.
Great stuff. He's already got his arms out to the side, and he's working these underneath here as well. Right, and so we'll move on to exercise number 2. Right, and so this is exercise number 2. So we're going to get Matt on the floor for us in a box position. So one thing we've got to be very careful of here, making sure that everything's nice and straight from bum to there. So he's just got himself in a really good position. Right, so from now, we're going to use the same technique as before. We're going to brace or suck in. So can you do that for me, please?
Yeah.
And then all he's going to do is going to keep his arms straight. He's going to lift one arm. So we're going to start with his left 1 inch from the floor. Great stuff. And down, he's going to move to his right. Good stuff. And then we're going to move to the back, so we're going to actually bring one knee 1 inch off the floor as well. Yeah, and to the other side. Great stuff. So once you've done that, you can make it slightly harder. So instead of just lifting 1 inch off the floor, we can actually move his arms, a bit like Superman out in front of us. So start off with our left arm, keeping this really braced in or sucked in. Great stuff. And then move to the right arm. Good stuff. Now this time we're going to move to his legs, so his legs are going to go straight out, so we're going to extend the leg. And nice and straight. Good stuff. And then the opposite side. Right, if you're finding those really easy and you want to make it a little bit harder, you can do alternates. So you're going to do left arm, right leg. Very good. How's that feeling, Matt?
I can feel that.
Good stuff. And then opposite as well. Good stuff. And while we've got him on the floor, we'll show you the final third exercise, which is a plank. So if you just want to make sure we get nice and so down to your elbows and your feet out at the back, keeping the back nice and straight. Yet again, you can either brace or you can suck in. So what we're going to make sure we're very careful of, that your bum isn't high, you're not trying to park a bike, and also you're keeping your back nice and flat. Hold that for about 30 seconds. You can do it as 3 lots, in three sets. So that's our plank and that's our third exercise. Mix them up, try them as you wish, and obviously you can do them in varying intensity as well.
Okay, so now you've seen the exercises, I bet you're wondering, how is this going to work? Because you see day in, day out, advertisements for diet pills, all these magical cures, and we're telling you to do some core exercises. Okay, so what's the science behind it?
Well, one thing that it's going to do is going to tighten up these underlying muscles where your abs would be. So all that this is doing, so this sagging sort of motion that you're going to have, this little beer belly, is going to tuck it back, so it's going to bring it back towards your spine, if you like, which then it's actually taking size off the front of your belly. So if you can incorporate this to diet and exercise, definitely if you can get it done with Matt as well, and in some of his sessions, then you're just going to increase your chances of getting into that dress quicker, getting into those jeans quicker.
Perfect. So, like we said, share this video. It's useful information. We're giving this for free. We're not trying to get any money from any of this. We just want to pass out this information for free because it's really important and really, really valuable and simple for you to do with next to no equipment. Just a little bit of time and commitment. We already know you're committed to losing weight. We know that you've got goals that you've got in place. Okay, so this could well be the start for you. So, like I said, share, comment some friends' names that might want to see this. Comment below if there's anything else you'd like to know from Adam. You can either drop him a message. His Facebook page is AP Therapy. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Or drop me a message and we'll get you in touch. And we will see you soon.